ocean and we got some tuna fish. Do you like tuna fish? I like tuna fish. We're here fishing. We like to fish in this ocean. Welcome back. We're on the beautiful island of Boracay in the Philippines. And today is my birthday, so wish me happy birthday. And I'm 21 years old today, I think. And never been kissed. But today we're going to talk about the Bumblebee. Talk about how I got the name Bumblebee briefly. And also about the Bumblebee uniform. Some of you don't know about that. And it all started back in the mid-70s when I was racing at the Santa Ana Bowl. I had become like a 60-yard rider in handicap in Division 1, and I had to start back in the pack. And the announcer was sitting really high in this press box at the stadium. It was a stadium called the what was it called? Eddie West Field. And he used to watch me do handicap racing from the 60. And I liked to win all the time. I was the #1 point getter in Division 1. And I like to pass guys. That's one of the things that I enjoyed doing the best when I was racing Speedway. And he watched me and he came up to me after the races. I was only like 17 years old. And he said to me, you know, the guy, I watch you from up high and the way you pass, you buzz in and out of all the racers. I'm calling you the Bumblebee. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah, your name from now on is, till you're not here no more, is the Bumblebee. And I said, okay, I will be the Bumblebee. So that's how it all started when I was just a teenager, 17, the Santa Ana Bowl. I made my second comeback in 2005, and I bought this Speedway bike. It was an old Westlake. And all the riders were riding the laydown Jawas by 2005, and the Jawas were fast, and the Westlake was kind of outdated at that time, extremely outdated. But a guy sold me this Westlake. I think it was at Ken Maley's shop. He sold to me for like 500 bucks, and I bought this Westlake, and I rode it, and I competed against all these guys with laydowns in support division, and it was very difficult. And I couldn't win with that Westlake. And then I got better and better on the Westlake, and I kind of adapted, and I had to work really hard. I had to push that bike as hard as possible. I had to do everything I could to beat the laydown Jawas. And that Westlake was just kind of outdated. My first support main event was at the Grand. Hi. The first main event was at the Grand. It was against Rudy Lauer, and Rudy Lauer, he didn't want me to win, and he crashed me like once or twice, and I finally won that main event, and that was the beginning of winning main events. So the next year in 2006, I went ahead and changed. I bought this laydown Jawa from this guy, forgot his name, he had passed away recently, and the bike was really fast. The laydown Jawa, it was like a rocket ship compared to that Westlake. The Westlake was kind of like an old putter, and the laydown Jawas was like a rocket ship. It was fast, and that's where I started winning support main events. You know, I don't care what division I'm in. I like to win, you know. For me, being, let's say, in Division 1 and losing all the time, that's not fun. I like to win, and so I started winning in Division 2 and support division, and it was really good. I was wearing the sort of red and black uniform, leather, and then the next year in 2006, it was 2006, I went ahead and I changed colors. That was 2005 in the red, and 2006, I changed to the Bumblebee. It was 2006, and I went to Kelsey at NJK Leathers, and I told Kelsey, could you please design me a Bumblebee suit? And I had got my old number from back when I was 17 of 77, back from Brad Oxley. And I went ahead and told Kelsey, just use your yeah, sorry about that. I fell down, I hit the sand, and I hope you're okay. I'm feeling better. So anyways, I told Kelsey, like, go ahead and design these leathers however you want. I'm giving you the creative freedom. So Kelsey at NJK, he does a good job over there. So if you need a pair of leathers, you might want to see Kelsey. and Kelsey designed me the Bumblebee suit. And it was a beautiful Bumblebee suit. And it was all Bumblebee, black and yellow, just the colors that I like my shirt, yellow and black, black and yellow. But anyways, it was a beautiful suit and it was gorgeous, but I never wore a real Bumblebee suit before. So it was like the next Saturday I went out to Lake Paris or Paris Raceway and I wanted to practice and I brought my uniform. It was right before the start of the season of 2006. And I was getting dressed for the first time in my Bumblebee uniform. And you know, when you kind of do something new, you're always thinking like, it's human, right? You think, well, what are people going to think of me? Is this going to be a hit or is this going to be a bomb? Are people going to laugh at me? Like, what's going to happen with this Bumblebee uniform? Because it was pretty wild. Not very many people wore a uniform like that in Speedway. So I was getting my uniform on at Paris, and this van drove up and was honking its horn as I was putting my Bumblebee uniform on for the first time. And it was Neil Vicini and company. And they were honking their horn. There must have been like 15 people. They opened the van door, they rolled down the windows, they were yelling and they were pointing at the Bumblebee uniform. And they were laughing at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And Neil says like, what is that, Bumblebee? You look funny. And I'm like, I'm the Bumblebee, dude, back off. And Neil was laughing and I felt like, oh my gosh, did I do the wrong thing? Did I do the wrong thing by having this Bumblebee uniform? And I went ahead and practiced with it. I liked the Bumblebee uniform. It was nice. But my first reaction is I don't know if this is going to work. The Speedway, I had a good start of the season and I started winning a lot with that Bumblebee uniform. And that Bumblebee uniform brought me a lot of luck. You know, as a racer, when you start succeeding, look at this. And you want your fish back? That guy stole this fish. And as a racer, like, you just go ahead and, you know, if you get some momentum, you know, you don't want to lose that momentum. Look at this fish. And just went ahead and, like, start getting better. And I start winning. And I think one night at Costa Mesa, I told him, just keep me in support division. And Terry I. Cotton, he says, you got to move up to D1, man. You're ripping D2 up. And I enjoyed winning. So I said, just keep me down. Let me win. And one time I won like 4 main events in a row at Costa Mesa. And I was dominating that track. And I was kicking really serious ass there. And people started booing me. Here, I got your fish here. And so, anyways, I started getting booed and stuff. And it really hurt me because you got a nice tuna here. Because nobody likes to get booed, you know. It's really sad. And you know, I felt bad, you know, when people start booing me because nobody likes to be booed. Everybody likes to eat fish, but nobody, here you go, here's your fish back. You want your fish? Here. I stole your fish.
Thank you.
There you go, thank you. He took my fish. And so anyways, I felt bad about being booed, you know, and I kind of just said, just don't win right now. Just kind of don't win, let people calm down because people are getting mad because I was winning. But the Bumblebee suit was wonderful, and I sponsored Buck Blair, battling Buck Blair. And in that 1 year, I sponsored him in full, and I bought him a Bumblebee suit too. So we had 2 Bumblebee racers on the track at the same time, and it was cool. And the next year, I sponsored Fast Eddie Castro on the Bumblebee team, and we had a good time there in the Speedway. And we raced in the West Coast Speedway League with Steve Evans at Victorville. And we won the title. And it was just great. We had a great experience at Speedway. And we went back this last year and raced. I'm not as good as I used to be because I'm on this beach with fish. And it's just really, you know, like, But anyways, we're having fun. I'm soaking up the rays. It's difficult to get back on that Speedway bike after being in this beautiful surf with all these gorgeous fish in the ocean. But thank you so much for hanging out with us today. on the island on my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Forget it. Forget it. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, putting up with me on my birthday, on my 21st birthday. Thanks once again, and we're going to see you. Of course, we're going to see you, and thanks for hanging out, listening to the Bumblebee story. Going to see you next time.